Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today to continue with the Taurus season for the idols that are having their birthdays on this period of the year. Today's turn is going to be for the boys the boys Chani. So yes, this is going to be dedicated to him, and let's remember a bit about his energy in astrology. He is a sun in Taurus, and also his moon is in Taurus, so he is a double Taurus. So he definitely can be like the true manifestation of that energy, but don't let that like um impress you that much, because he also has a very strong Mercury in Aries, so he can be very blunt and honest when he wants to. I think that I mentioned this about especially the Taurus people that have their birthdays on April. They somehow are the combination of Aries uh, influence and also the beginning of Taurus. So they are not like that pure Taurus energy. They have like a bit of influence also of Aries, that it was the season that came before Taurus. So especially when you are having your birthdays very very close to the date that it changed signs, you can definitely spot in a Taurus that they are a bit more energetic, or that they are a bit more blunt, like a bit more straightforward than the typical Taurus person. So in the case of Chani, he can be pretty savage if you listen to him, if you pay attention to his opinions. He may be actually very like a bit more like straightforward and honest. Like he will, of course he will always be classy because he is a double Taurus, but he will tell you what he thinks. So yes, let's see the cards that he got the Two of Wands, the um the Seven of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and the King of Wands. So yes, a lot of wands actually for these people, for these Tauruses that I had been reading so far. It seems like somehow the wands energy is like giving them this message of them actually being able to concentrate their willpower to make things happen, and actually to get a bit like get in touch more with the warrior inside of them, and be a bit more assertive and a bit more like faster and visionary about achieving their goals. It seems like also opportunities and situations are going to be presented in their lives to show them that that somehow like these opportunities are going to come a bit like too abruptly, or too on a rush, so and if we think about the nature of a Taurus person, they take their time to make a decision. Actually, they think about all the pros, the cons, they evaluate a lot of things, and they definitely do not like to be rushed into making a decision. They take their time. They don't want to be pushed. They don't want to be like forced to do something that they do not want to. They are not easy to manipulate or to convince. If they don't want to do something, they will not do it. But somehow here, the one's energy, since it's at the beginning and the end of the spread, somehow is showing like a sort of like journey of the Wands energy. We start with the Two of Wands and we end with the King of Wands. So definitely there's an evolution of this energy. He's definitely going to like learn how to use these opportunities for the best benefit for him. Um, so yes, because starting with the Two of Wands, definitely he's going to be experiencing these 6 months. He's going to open his perception to a lot of things. Probably I think I heard that the boys are having I think they're having a comeback and they also are going to go on tour. So somehow, traveling it's something that actually allows New to open his mind a bit. Sometimes for him it's not easy to get out of the comfort zone. He has a lot of pride. He's someone that he is an adventurer once he is in once he is in action, but maybe for him to make the decision to make the first move, for him it's like, oh, I don't know if I want to go. He's a bit of indecisive in that sense, for him to move, to having to have like long trips and stuff. He prefers to go to places he knows already. So but there's something here that is going to also help a lot to his finances, and also that is going to teach him the results of his hard work. And I think that this is about his work and also the work of the group as well. I think that them being able to go to new horizons, or them being able to enter a new era, or them being able to move, to have a tour, to visit other cities, is going to help him recognize and also recollect to collect his own his own his own achievements. There's a lot of growth here for you to see. I think that sometimes he feels like, like they are working on stuff and somehow, yes, they do get the recognition, but maybe for them it seems like it takes forever, that there's always something that needs to be fixed somehow about them, that yes, there's recognition, but there's also this sense of, okay, I cannot relax and value my effort because I already am on the move to go and perfectionate something else. So there's this sense of, oh, I cannot calm down. There's this sense of, probably there's a lot of competition, in the fourth generation groups, and they are known for having um these very well put together choreographies, and scenery and stage presence and everything. So they are always working. They are always rehearsing. They are always like, creating something. So maybe for him, he's like, okay, like I will finally be able to see the result of my work. But yes, he will have to be patient. Nevertheless, there are things that he wants to control, but he cannot. And I think that this is a lesson that he will have to learn, and to try to make peace with this need of him of wanting to have control over situations or people. There's something here with the four of pentacles here in the middle of the reading, that I think that it's very true. It's very coincidental, because it does fit the description of a Taurus energy. That I think that there are moments where New wants to achieve greater results with the same tactic, or probably he wants to do like things the way he knows them to do, and expect like greater results. So here it's about expansion. Here it's about him owning his own experience and daring a bit more. There's something about him being a bit stubborn. This is why it's in the middle of the reading, because it's like somehow it's like the nucleo, the heart of the reading, this four of pentacles. You know, there's this sense of like, oh, I am what I am and you are not going to change me, or this is the way I do things, you are not going to change me, or this is me, take it or leave it. You know, there's also this attitude of not being very flexible, you know, especially when he thinks that he's right. So somehow here the cards are advising him to be a bit more adaptable. You know, there's something about adaptability that probably these months are going to be a bit challenging for him. He's not going to suffer, so don't worry, because there are no cards of anxiety nor sad moments, you know, there. But yes, there's like the weight of the pentacles, you know, like we have a lot of pentacles here, so there's this need of trying to maintain stability and somehow him trying his best to be stable in the group, but also feeling overwhelmed by a lot of things and responsibilities, especially, you know, a lot of responsibilities. So somehow he sometimes feels misunderstood, you know, like probably like, okay, like, yes, like I'm trying to you know, I'm trying to not freak out here, you know, he's trying to, you know, but sometimes he does need to be a bit more flexible, you know, especially in these moments where they are like, they are trying to keep um the amazing things that they do. They want to show the fans their best side, you know, and somehow he's like being a bit stubborn about certain things, you know, that could actually lead to him having like discussions with people, you know, or like being, you know, in this very like closed off mode of like, oh, what you said to me, like I don't like it, or I don't take what you said to me, I'm not listening, I'm not paying attention, I'm just going to do my own thing, you know. There's a bit of pride also here in his insistency of maintaining. I feel like because he is under a certain pressure of delivering good result, that somehow he feels a bit like not appreciated enough. So this is something that probably he had been like noticing that for quite a while, and he probably never like, he did say a few comments here and there, but probably he didn't talk to the people involved or to the people, you know, he didn't say what he wanted to those people. He just talk about it with the people that he trusts. So somehow there's this level of, you know, a sort of like that his own body language actually shows or let the others know that he's not happy about something. So even though they do not know exactly what it is it about, it you can feel it in the atmosphere. And actually I think that it's going to be needed actually for him to have like a lot of conversations. You know, he's going to have to talk to the person he's upset with or to the people that he's upset with, because maybe he's upset not with one person in particular, maybe there are like a few people, you know. And him actually, instead of having this very like very closed off body language of like, oh, I'm turning my back on you, like I'm not listening to you, I'm not looking at you in the eye, you know, instead of that, like go and have that conversation with that person, you know, because it's going to make things flow like much more with much more fluency. And I think that because here I don't see cards of cups, so definitely it can be like a disagreement about a very technical and a small detail. You know, this is not something like, oh, he's going to argue with the members about a big deal. It's not a big deal. Probably it's something that is very It's not to dismiss his experience, but probably he's taking it out of proportion because he feels a bit stressed, or he's starting to feel the stress, or at least he's going to start feeling stress. So somehow he wants to maintain stability, he wants to bring stability to the group, but at the same time he doesn't realize that he's also like being a bit like too rigid, with the way he goes after, like achieving something. Of course that he's great, but he is a bit upset at the situation. Somehow he thinks that maybe they are being, I don't know if this is a tour that they are going to go. Maybe there are a lot of arrangements, a lot of things to study, a lot of new choreographies. There's a lot of things that he has to keep in mind. Of course, it's not only for him, but I'm reading for him today, so I'm focusing on his energy. So probably he is a bit sensitive about that, about feeling like he is losing control over this, about this, all these things that he has to do, he's a bit like confused, he's a bit overwhelmed, he's a bit worried at the same time, he's a bit worried. So I think that this is the reason he's a bit stressed, and then here with the two of swords, yes, and the king of wands, definitely he has to make the decision. I think that this, he has to make the decision because he doesn't have a choice. Either he becomes more flexible and adaptable to whatever guidelines come out, or he's going to make things harder for himself, because it seems like in this rigid posture of him, the only one that is suffering is himself, because the others are somehow like already letting go the need of being in control. But maybe for a news personality, for him, he needs to have that sense of control. He needs it in order to function. This is why in the groups there's always a dynamic, and the dynamic is always changing because we don't work all the same way. We do not have the same responses, we do not have the same styles. So there's also this need to make this clarification that this is not that serious, this is not something that is going to last for a long time. Actually, this is an event, that probably he's seen it coming. But I think that this situation, this uncomfortableness that he feels, this discomfort that he feels in his body, in his posture, in his way of communication as well, is because he is a bit tired, or he is a bit worried about the group. They do have the possibility of having a tour. Probably there's a lot of excitement mixed with a lot of fears as well. Um, but yes, we end the reading with the King of Wands. So all this process, all these ups and downs in his energy actually going to lead him to feeling like the King of Wands, that he needs to be more flexible in the way he sees things, or in the way he considers others, because maybe he doesn't see how rigid he becomes when he is feeling stubborn. He probably doesn't see it right away. And there's something about here with the King of Wands that is like, come on, like, set yourself free of wanting to have, or wanting to be right, or wanting to be in control. Like, you are a king, you are growing so much, you are going to grow so much. These experiences are going to help you to integrate this King of Wands energy. So yes, instead of arguing, and instead of him having this posture of like, oh, I'm on the defensive and I'm with my arms crossed in front of my chest, like, I don't want to hear you, I don't want to see you, instead of being resistant to change, like move your energy, adapt your energy. And yes, I know that these are moments of uncertainty, and probably this is what scares him the most. But somehow he's going to come out of this experience as a king. He's going to be very praised in his performance. He's going to do great. He's also going to gain a lot of more confidence in his abilities. But in order for him to get here to this last card, to the King of Wands, he needs to also like be a bit more passionate, and be a bit more spontaneous. Let go of the need of being right or the need to be in control, because this actually what it does is that it prevents him from being a bit more, like a bit like stronger in his energy. He's a very passionate person, actually. This is why he got the King of Wands. He's a very passionate person, and he can do so much. It's just that somehow he also feels better, or he feels a certain relief when he has everything figured out beforehand. So somehow for him, surprises or unexpected things happening makes him feel anxious. But somehow here, eventually, like talking to the other members, like allowing the conversation to flow, allowing his expression, he's going to turn into the Skin of Wands. So when he is in the Skin of Wands, he's going to rule this stage. He's going to show his strong presence. He's going to also show a more mature side of himself, someone more confident. So I don't know what the concept is going to be about, but probably is going to also give him a few more moments of notoriety. He's going to be noticed a lot, he's going to be praised a lot, probably because of his physical attributes and also because of his performance. So yes, he's going to be a king. By the end of these six months, he's going to become more mature and also a bit more spontaneous, a bit more like a savage, yes, but also a king, very royal like, but also very unexpected, not taking so much care, or like putting his attention on small details, just go with the flow, have fun, smile, allow yourself to be wild, to express your emotions, to be spontaneous. He needs that, and he also needs to start like having more fun, being a bit more of a daredevil, being a bit more adventurous. So yes, guys, this is all I have for you. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.